shall we read another story? Ooh, this one is about a magician and the magician rabbit. Yeah, good, isn't it? Here we go. Mr. Magic was a magician. He performed at children's parties mainly. The highlight of Mr. Magic's act was when he pulled a rabbit out of a hat. That sounds cool, doesn't it? Wow. The audience always clapped and cheered at that point, and that made Mr. Magic happy. One day, as Mr. Magic got his things ready for a show, the rabbit, who was sitting in the special comfortable box that Mr. Magic had made for him, suddenly spoke. Wow, have you heard of a rabbit speaking before? I haven't. Here we are. Look, there's the rabbit normally pops out of the hat, Mr. Magic's hat, and suddenly the rabbit is speaking. So we find out what he says. I'm very sorry, said the rabbit with a sigh. But we won't be able to do the show today. I'm feeling really poorly. Oh dear, the rabbit's not feeling very well. Maybe he's feeling a bit sick. Got a cold maybe, or the flu maybe. Mr. Magic stood there with his mouth open. My rabbit talking. For a moment, he stood there with his mouth open for a moment. Then he realized what the rabbit had said. Do you need a vet? He said. Well, will you be okay? I'll be fine, said the rabbit. But it's just a cold. So he got a little cold. Oh. But I really couldn't work today. You'll have to tell the children they can't have their show. Well, said Mr. Magic, sorry. I'm sorry you're ill, of course. And I want to talk to you later about the fact that you can speak. But I'll just do the show by myself and finish with the old patterned handkerchief trick instead. It's not as good as you appearing, but it will do. And that's good. A magician understands that the rabbit is not feeling very well, and he's going to do another trick involving patterned handkerchief instead. You can't do that, cried the rabbit. I can and I will, replied Mr. Magic, and he shut the rabbit up in his box. Oh dear, the show was a disaster. The disappearing drink didn't disappear. The magic knots wouldn't come undone. You see here, look, he's trying to do the disappearing drink and it didn't disappear. It went all over his head. So we were, silly daddy's lost his place now. The magic knot wouldn't come undone, and the patterned handkerchiefs were white. Oh no, what a disaster. So all his magic tricks weren't working. All of them were white, not patterned. All at the end of the show, there was no cheering. Mr. Magic was very upset. Oh no. This has never happened before, he muttered, as he loaded his boxes back into his car. I told you, said a muffled voice. It was the rabbit. Mr. Magic opened the box. I told you not to do the show, said the rabbit, but you wouldn't listen. Look, there's a rabbit talking to Mr. Magic again. So we'll see what happens next. You mean I was so upset that you were ill that I couldn't do anything, right? Asked Mr. Magic. No, you noodle, shouted the rabbit. It isn't you who does the magic, it's me. Usually I'm the magician. Mr. Magic was stunned. What? Prove it, he said. Remember, I'm not well, groaned the rabbit. Remember, I'm not well, groaned the rabbit. But still, he produced a cup of coffee out of thin air. Wow, gosh, imagine producing a drink, any drink you like out of thin air. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Like a nice chocolate milkshake or a hot chocolate maybe. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Mr. Magic drank the coffee. He felt he needed it and thought about what the rabbit had said. At last he spoke. Can you see a magical cup of coffee right there? I will rename my act Mr. Magic and Co., he said. No one will guess that you are really Mr. Magic and I am Co. I am Co. Oh, and one more thing. I know, said the new Mr. Magic, and he magicked the coffee cup away. No more coffee cup. That's amazing, isn't it? So Mr. Magic wasn't actually the magician, it was the rabbit. And the rabbit became Mr. Magic. That's an amazing story, isn't it? Think of that, the rabbit is actually the magician. But that's fun, wasn't it? Love you, sleep well, sweet dreams. Bye.